If your community needs a change, Jason Murillo is your man. Born and raised right here, Jason Murillo knows our city's heart and soul. A proud father and small business owner, he's lived the challenges many of us face every day. Jason believes in strong families, safe neighborhoods, and smart economic growth. He's committed to lowering taxes, improving schools, and creating jobs. With Jason Murillo on the City Council, you get a leader who listens and acts. His visionary leadership will ensure a brighter future for our kids and grandkids. Jason is more than just a candidate. He's a neighbor, a friend, and a true conservative committed to making our city the best it can be. So when you vote, vote for Jason Murillo, because our city deserves a conservative voice for change. Elect Jason Murillo to the City Council. The change we need, the leader we trust.
Time to shine. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Vero G, and you're watching the Vero G Spotlight TV, radio, and podcast show with your host Vero G. So today we got a great show for you guys today. We have on my other end of the side of the show an amazing, beautiful young lady, and she is going to tell us about a lot what she's doing for the community and also for New York City. And she's also running for next year for public advocate for 2025. Let's give it up for Angela Aquino. Let's give it up. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for such a generous welcome introduction.
You're welcome.
I will try to keep up with all that hype, but thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Anytime.
It's such a great pleasure to be here, and thank you for the opportunity.
You're very welcome.
And
you're very welcome. Yeah, definitely. So we have a lot to say, and I cannot wait to just get you on. So are you ready?
Yes, I am. Let's go.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so prior to anything, tell the viewers watching at home and as well listening in about who is Angela Aquino.
Hello, everybody. My name is Angela Aquino, and I'm a public advocate candidate for 2025. Prior to this, I have been an advocate all my life. I had my rights taken away from me. And I advocated for 20 years, and with my petition, children born out of wedlock or children born to single moms globally are able to have their rights and equal rights. I advocated for this, and from my advocacy, I also have a nonprofit organization wherein we advocate for children of born out of conflict areas, and this is my advocacy. And now, based on my experience and my passion for advocacy and my dedication, I want to bring that to the table for New York City. And give them an opportunity to be heard through also my sensitivity of the people that I know that I'm representing.
That is amazing. Look, again, I'm going to commend you here right now on the show. Yes, because we did a quick, pre-thing with you, and you're a phenomenal woman. I can't imagine like people like you. We need more like you in this world, really. And let's talk more about your advocacy. You mentioned about in your hometown, the Philippines, and also what you want to bring here in New York City as well. Yeah.
I wish when I was experiencing all these difficulties of my trials, like when I felt like everything was just so down and depressing, that I wish that I could see this 20 years ahead. Because I would never have imagined that all my hardships, all my experience, all that I know what it takes to be a good advocate, I could be here in front of service to New Yorkers and bring it to the table. I think that from my advocacy from the Philippines, right, I'm a born out of wedlock. And we know in a lot of countries, not just in the Philippines, that children who are born to non-marital parents, they don't suffer the same rights. Single parents, single moms, they have to go through the difficulty of raising a child by themselves. And that's a lot of deficit for the child. You know, the child always puts the bill. Like, we might think, let's have all the freedom right now, and let's just do whatever we want. But there's gonna the time's gonna come that this child is going to suffer because of the decisions that we make.
Yes.
And money is financial support is going to be one of them. Because imagine not having one parent absent, not having the same rights, and not having the same financial opportunity.
Very true.
So we have to really take focus on this single parent, single moms, children born of, non-traditional homes.
Yeah.
Right? And say they have to have a safety net. The thing is, like, when a child is from a single mom, they're more prone to being recruited from gangs.
Yes.
They're more prone to looking for love somewhere else, because they're number one, sometimes the mom's not there.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
The money's not enough. They see things that they don't want to bother their mom, so they're gonna try to find it somewhere else. They're gonna try to look for it somewhere else, right? They don't have a father figure to be able to step in, to discipline, and say, don't do that. All the fathers here who is doing their jobs know how difficult it is to have a father. Imagine that to the dads of a family or to a child that doesn't have that, right? So we also have to look at the income here. There's a big difference when there's two people working and having money to contribute to a household versus a one-person, one-parent household. And I'm not just talking about give them child support then,
Right.
because that's mathematically still not going to cut it, right? You're talking about a single mom having to pay rent, child care, all that bundled in, and have to give the affection to this child, and the care and the guidance. So and the thing is, like, in New York City, specifically in certain communities, it's more than 50%. It's probably 70 to 80%. It's like a cycle, right? Now, your advocate just really has to tell you guys straight up, like, this is not working out. This is not going to work out. We have to break the cycle. Right? So I think that's the importance here. And the importance of this is, like, it touches so many communities, especially in the Black and brown communities. We're just going to say it straight up.
Oh, please, yes.
That in the Black and brown communities, Black specifically, there's a lot of children coming or youth coming from single parent household, single moms that's just praying, this is just their single wish, please don't go into gangs. Right? That's just their wish in their lives. Please don't play with the guns and be shot because of the gangs out there. Is that life? Now we have to be able to step in that this is really actually happening, guys, like, to the communities. And we have to be able to educate them, educate the parents, what to look out for to avoid these circumstances.
Well said. Wow, I'm going to applause her right now. I was like, take it away. No, and I commend you because I also am a single parent. My child is 19 now, but many years, even now, it's very difficult. And I know firsthand, like you mentioned, how to raise your child and balance. Actually, you're learning by growing with your child. You're learning how to balance out, like you said, a budget. You're learning how to do things on your own. When you have a two-parent home, you have another person to rely on. But when you have one person, it's so much work. And you have to, like, do as more than you can as like it's a two-parent home. So I commend you for that. And like I said, with that alone, what else? As I guess, if people want to tell people why they want to vote for you, what are you going to bring to the table for New York City as well for public advocate? What other programs you want to instill in that?
Wow, that's a very packed question. Why would they vote for me? Number one, I think they need a proper advocate. The incumbent now is not really looking after them, and that's why I'm here, right? His voice does not represent who New York is, number one.
Yes.
He failed the people. He even failed the people that was really put him there.
Yeah.
The incarcerated people waiting for him. I'm just gonna. I don't want to say his name, but waiting for him to deliver his promises. He did not deliver. It's a life and death matter. For some people, he did not deliver to the people that put him there. It could have been avoided. That's the awful part. That legislation that he wanted to pass, there's so many holes there that he could have avoided, but he decided to look at himself, to put himself first.
Oh, wow.
And now he has something that he can't deliver to the people.
Yeah.
And these are the people that was counting on him.
Wow.
He failed because he could not advocate properly, because he just wanted to advocate for himself. How are you going to advocate for others if you just want to advocate for yourself? You can't even advocate for yourself properly.
Right.
We all know you don't want to be there.
Woo, mic drop.
We all know that's not the position you want. Come on.
Oh, my. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't even advocate for that. So give me a break. That's why I'm here.
Okay, I love that. Ooh, yes. Women empowerment right now. Yes, I'm loving this. So prior to that now, are you excited for next year? Like, what are your thoughts and what are your plans for next year?
I'm very excited. It's definitely brought out a different level of my advocacy. I'm also very excited because as I go day per day, I'm seeing and meeting new people that just love New York so much and reaching out because they don't want to give away New York City. That's why.
Exactly.
They want to fight for the city. They want what's best for the city, and they know they're not getting it with who's sitting down right now.
Very true.
They want I'm very excited because as a community, I'm just seeing the beauty of the people of New York City because they love this. We have one thing in common. We love New York City so much, and we love the people in here.
Very true.
The New Yorkers itself.
Yeah.
Right? We got and that's one thing we all have in common.
I love that. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Oh, I can't wait. We was talking earlier, and I was like, "You got my vote already." Like, let me know where to sign, or how you say, like in ballot. Just let me know where to put your name. So let me ask you, like, if you don't mind me, if you're ready to answer this question, but what party? Let me get it correctly. What party you are with now, and why did you make that decision to change from the prior party to now?
That is also another juicy question.
Ooh, I like it.
And I love that.
Thank you.
I will be running under the Conservative Party.
Okay, cool.
And why I run, I have been a Democrat for a long time.
Okay.
But because of the circumstances and what the Democrats already represent at this moment and the direction that they really want to go, I don't think that it's going to be appropriate for the policies that I want.
Right.
It doesn't make sense right now, and it is not represented within the Democratic Party that there is a moderate Democrat that doesn't really, it's not something that is being glorified right now in the party, and I just can't, right? I went to the Conservative Party because, look, in the Democratic, what do they want? They want anti-Semitism. They want open borders.
Oh, God.
They want, whatever, should I say it? Transgender rights at 5 years old. That's what they want.
Yeah, that's over borderline with that. Yeah.
And this is not the direction I want to bring myself into. I cannot be compromised that way for a sake of being in a party. Other words, I couldn't find my home anymore, and I think there needs to be a definition of values. We need to go back to family values. We need to go back to what really brought us here to America, which is like really loving New Yorkers first, putting taxpayers first.
Thank you. Yes.
And I couldn't like
No, go ahead.
I couldn't like I could like congestion pricing.
Oh God, we could go on about that one.
And like you're an awesome Democrat because you endorsed congestion pricing. I look at them and I'm like, where are we?
They're like taxing everything now.
Is that the legacy you want to leave behind?
Exactly.
That this is congestion pricing is not something that the people wanted, and still as a Democrat, politician, you find it glorifying that you passed congestion pricing is not going to sit well with me because I don't think so, and I think e-bikes should have license plates, and they're just not going there.
That's
right?
So
true. So there is right now. It's more of it's not a match than not, and let's not even go to anti-Semitism.
Ooh,
look what
that's
they
crazy.
allowed. The Democrats allowed happened to New York City.
Wow.
My gosh, there are Jewish children.
Yes,
who's
it's
going to
bad.
suffer for the anti-Semitism that you guys allowed in the city?
That's terrible. Yeah, it's a lot what happened with the war as well. It's, out there in Gaza and been on for many years actually, but now it's just really hectic in that. And
Yeah, there's just so much like that was like made a lot of Democrats back to their backs, right? And I think that was one of them. And
okay.
definitely the migrant situation was just a little too much also, because I know for a fact that they were advocating these migrants taking from taxpayer money, and we as New Yorkers are the one who had to pay the price and suffer because our quality of life had to really got affected.
Yes.
We didn't get good food in our schools. We didn't get good educations in our schools. We didn't get emergency funding for the HRAs because of these budget that went to the asylum seekers.
Yep.
And it wasn't a small budget.
Yeah.
It was a lot of very exhausting money that went to, instead of the New Yorkers, went to somebody else who did not even vote for them. And they want to still keep on advocating for them with no money.
That's
So
terrible.
so how, like, and I think those were the reasons that, the Democrats were pushing that did not make sense.
Thank you. And I commend you for this because a lot of times people, they just want to stick to a certain thing they're comfortable with and not speak out for people like us, that are fighting every day just to get by. And it's great to see people like yourself that are really speaking out and realizing like this system is very broken and, it's corrupted as well, and we have to have people like yourself who are enlightened to know that what is wrong is wrong, what's wrong is right, and what is right is right. And sometimes we have to speak for the people, that know that they're not alone in the situation at hand. So thank you again for that.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for allowing me to speak.
You're welcome, of course.
We cannot
Yes.
watch it, and I really have to encourage every single one.
Yes.
The politicians that are sitting down is going to be a reflection of you. If this is going to happen, and you're going to see this, and there's broken, all these things that you did not like, this is because we did not do anything about it. Right. So if now that we saw what happened to the city in the past years of how we paid the price, because maybe you did not, because maybe we did not vote for the right person, you just rode along. Yeah. But now that's not an excuse for us anymore. We really have to come out and vote. And please, let's just not think about ourselves, let's also think about others. And also, let's not think about just others. Let's think about those children who are who are very, very innocent.
Exactly.
Who will pay the price if the funds are depleted, who will pay the price if there's more criminals around, who will pay the price if, there's so much hate around, and if who's going to pay the price if it's too expensive.
It is.
Around.
It is.
So like we have to take things back into a place wherein it's, that it's working out.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. Wow. I mean, I think you touch a lot of issues right now. And is there anything else you want to talk about on here while we're on the show? Particularly what you want to fight for? Like you said, you mentioned a couple of things already, but like what other things that you see in New York City that you see there's like a kind of like a flaw that you want to, if like I say, if they vote for you and that you want to really make a change for the public? Yes.
I think mental illness and mental health is huge.
Yes.
Services for mental health is huge. Also, like the senior. We're all gonna get old one day.
Oh no, I don't want to think about that yet. Not yet.
And if you're not yet there, you have a mom and you have a dad, and they need to be taken care of. They took care of you, now we need to take care of them. We need to get them the proper care, right? Right now, not a lot of people know this, but there's a big deficit on healthcare, on caregivers and healthcare providers, and we need to be able to make sure that this demand is supplied.
Yeah.
Because it's a matter of life and death for the seniors as well as in the hospitals. If you noticed, you sitting in the emergency room, and it's been like 10 hours and no one's been doing it.
Oh my God. Horror stories.
So yeah, 2 hours and like your emergency room.
Yeah, and you're like, well, am I going to finally get seen?
So the reason there is that there's not enough nurses. Now, if we want more nurses, we're going to also have to ask for more budget. Right? So more budget for healthcare, more budget for the vulnerable. And I think the seniors have a big thing for this. More budget for mental health.
Yes.
So for the family court as well as in the system, there's still a lot of stigma on mental health, and we have to unpack that and make sure that the legislations are clean and that nothing is discriminatory about people who want to go through treatment, and that that people are more aware of the mental health issues of other people and be more aware. If you're aware, you adjust more, and everybody is just understanding each other more, right? So we have to have that, as well as the safety sanctuaries.
Yes.
So that's big. The people with disabilities also. I think that we have to be on the watch. It's going to matter. The thing is, like, when we discuss about some of these services, right? Some boroughs will have better services than the others. So because of the budget. So we need to be able to find out and figure out which part of Queens doesn't have good services for the disabled children, for the youth who has autism, and make sure that they're getting the service. And we really have to take a look at those.
I love that. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about, people. Listen, vote for her, okay? She's telling you what she wants done by New York City by next year. I think there's a great, amazing issues that we need to address about, especially that, the system is broken, like I mentioned before. And, there's been so many falls in the cracks. And my question to you now, this is a very big question for you. And be honest now, what is your intake of our mayor right now, Eric Adams? What is your intake about his situation, what he's doing for the city? You think he's doing great? You think he needs more work, or
For me, for Mayor Adams, I am on this thing. Depends what issue, right? On the migrants issue, like, I think that his hands got really tied up.
Yes.
on this migrants. And as we see that, that President-elect Trump is already pushing for some migrant legislations to happen, I think that we are getting some relief. Like, that's one thing. Overall, I like Mayor Adams. Okay? So I do.
All right, we got something. Okay, perfect. And then my next thing is if anything, what is your intake of what's happening now with the controller of New York City, and also with the police, that they're not really enforcing more security, like you mentioned, safety. So there's not a lot of budgeting for that. What is your intake on that itself?
On
Like, basically they're cutting a lot of cutbacks for the police not to have like more safety for us out there in the city, and they're cutting a lot of programs for that.
I think on the police side, I would like to have a lot of more investigative side, especially like I mentioned before, to protect the youth.
Yes.
More of like preventive. So what that means to me is more crackdown on on gang recruiters. I look, the gang members, they're incidentals of what the actions are of a mastermind.
Yeah.
Right? There's somebody big out there, and what I really would like is more budget on the investigative side of who's really pushing these youth into a bad direction. And because they're making money out of it, clearly, right?
Big time.
So that's one thing I would really like to do. And more cleanup in Queens, in the Roosevelt. I was just so shocking on what happened there. I have, people that I know who are very, very hardworking every day. Our doorman. They live near Roosevelt. They're exhausted.
Wow.
They work even on Saturdays and Sundays, and they don't want to go home
Oh my God.
because of what happened in Roosevelt.
Oh my God.
They don't want to go home. They've been working so much because of all these things that happened there.
Very true.
That shouldn't have taken, but that much, right? To do that. So I think we'd like to be able, on the police side, more protection on like the trafficking.
I was just going to ask you that. She read my mind, people. Let's get rid of this sex trafficking.
Right, that's big.
No, in this show, I want people, when they come here, I want you to just speak your mind, how you feel. And this is a big thing that's been happening for many years. And they're making a lot of money out of this.
And and this should get you riled up, because this is not just sex trafficking on adults. This is sex trafficking on children.
Oh my God.
Yes, there are in Queens, USA, in Roosevelt. They are children
really
there that got and they know this, right? So that shouldn't happen here, right? That is a sad thing that is that has happened there. And
right. Oh my God.
You come to these people. We come here to America for a better life.
Right.
If people are given an opportunity to work properly and not have to sell their bodies or not have to sell drugs, then they would take that option in a heartbeat. The problem is they have no papers. So the problem is they're not coming in here properly.
Right.
Right? So how are they going to find decent jobs? This is the problem when you let them in like that. They come here for a better life only to ruin it 10 times worse. Right? Yeah. This is not coming in here in an illegal way is not the answer.
Right. It's a better way of doing it and getting it done.
There's a good way of doing it.
No, we go. He's just telling me to wrap up. I get it.
Okay.
But before we go, we want to first thank you on here on the show.
Thank you.
You're ready. Beforehand, you have been just amazing, essential part of our toy drive this year, the second annual one. And you want to say thank you for your contributions to for the toy drive we're having.
Oh yes, thank you. I
yeah,
hope you guys enjoy.
Oh no, we
it.
thank you. And we would love for you. I would love for you to come and speak as well.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I hope everybody had a good show, and I hope
thank you.
You enjoyed meeting me as much as like I enjoyed meeting everybody.
Same here. Yeah. Pretty good. But before we go, tell people where they can find you on social media, and if they want to check you out and book you as well, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. So yeah, you can find me through my email. It's or my website. I do have a nonprofit organization as well. It's Equal Rights for Children, and you can find me there, Angela at equalrightsforchildren.org.
Awesome. And they can also check out, you have voting website as well?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have our social media. It's Angela_Aquino NYC.
All right.
Angela Aquino, publicadvocate.com.
Okay. Sounds good. Pretty good.
Thank you so much.
So again, guys, welcome. We're ready. So we're ready to the show already.
Welcome again.
Guys, yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Ding dong. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in for the Vero G Spotlight TV, radio, and podcast show with your host, Vero G, and our amazing guest for tonight's show, public advocate. I want you to say, because I don't want to mess it up.
Public advocate Angela Aquino.
Ooh, she said it better than me. I was like, ooh, she had an accident there. I heard it. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. You guys can also check me out real quickly on my website, www.verogmusic.com. Check out the Instagram. You can follow me and book me as well if you want to be on your show or my show, whatever the case may be, at Official Vero G. Thanks for tuning in. Your girl signing out. Until then, bye.